Hey everybody, Sandy from Bound to Books / Book Boyfriend Reviews. I know it's been a while since I've been here. My camera broke, so I haven't been able to make any videos, and it kind of really sucks because I miss making videos. So I decided to try it on my phone, see how it comes out. I'm hoping it comes out good. So this video is going to be about the book boyfriend of the week. On the blog, what me and the two other girls decided to do is every week from Thursday to the following Friday, from Friday to the following Thursday, the books that we have completed in that week, we choose, if it was one book, 5 books, whatever, we choose our book boyfriend of the week. Yeah. So this week I read 4 books and 2 novellas. The first 3 books and 2 novellas that I read are a series, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and it was Shatter Me by Tehran Mafi. I know you're probably saying, like, really, you're barely reading it, but yes, I barely read it, and I absolutely loved it. The 3 guys that I chose from here were Warner, Kenji, and Adam. I absolutely love them. They're phenomenal. I love Tehran Mafi's writing style. Her world building and her character building were far beyond anything that I've read in a long time. So I really enjoyed it. I love that it's a dystopian world. But I didn't really like Warner at the beginning. I was like Team Adam, and then I read his novella, and then I was like, okay, I can kind of see it, you know, because everybody's all like, Team Warner, Team Warner. And then the second book, I was really like, okay, I'm kind of seeing it more. By the third book, I was just like, okay, I am Team Warner, Adam who? And then I love Kenji. Like, I loved him. I love the fact that he's Juliet's best friend, and he just brought a lot to the table. He's charismatic and just funny, and I just absolutely loved him. So yeah, so that was that series. And then the next book that I read was Come to Me Softly by A.L. Jackson, and the book boyfriend that I chose from there was Jared. And let me just tell you about Jared. Oh, this is the second book in that series. The first book is Come to Me Quietly. And I was like really excited to read the second book, and I was kind of nervous at the same time because you never know how that second book is going to be, if you're going to be kind of disappointed or it's just not going to live up to the first book. But this book lives up to the first book beyond measure. Like, I seriously was so enthralled in the story, and I was so happy by the end of it, and I loved it. It was a great book, and it shows Jared's trip. I don't know, it just shows his, it's not a trip, but it shows his journey as he comes to terms with certain things that he's dealing with, and he's a bad boy with a big heart, and he's just amazing. And A.L. Jackson did a kick-ass job in writing and blowing my mind. I was at school and I was reading the book, and I had to put it down because I started crying. Then I got in the car to come, drive home. My husband was driving, and I was reading, and I was just bawling at one point, and my husband's like, what the hell's the matter with you? And I was like, oh, this book. And he's just like, okay. But when a book can do that to you, it's beyond words for me. And she really did such a great job with Jared's character and building him. And even Allie, I love the fact that she's not one of those girls that just sits back and is like, I love you and I'll take all your shit just because I love you. No, she stood up for herself, and she did what was right for her, and I respected that. I just connected so well with these characters. So yeah, so if you haven't read that series, I'm telling you, I recommend it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. So yeah, I'll try to put a picture here somewhere of the books. If not, yeah, I'll leave a link for it. So those were the 4 book boyfriends in the books that I read that I have to choose from, and my winner, dun 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 dun, which was really, really hard for me because I absolutely loved Kenji Warner and Jared like the most, but I chose Jared. So I chose Jared even though it was really, really hard because I love Warner. Like, I'm a Warner fan, okay? But there was just something about Jared and the bad boy broken spirit, and I know Warner had that too, but there was just something more that I connected with Jared. Like, it took me on this journey with him, and it just showed me his heart and his emotions, just everything was out there. And like I said, I cried, and I couldn't even, and yeah, I did cry. I have to tell you, I did cry in the second book in the Shatter Me series with Adam and Juliet. Like, I cried. I did. I legit cried. But like I said, Jared, there's just a little special place in my heart. He took a piece, and he's there, and he's gonna forever be there now. So that's why I chose Jared. So yay. The other 2 girls will be putting their videos on with this one. So let's go to the next video. Hopefully this turns out great, and if it does, then I can do more videos. All right. See you guys later.
Hey y'all, it's me, Shannon from Book Boyfriend Reviews. I am doing a vlog for Book Boyfriend of the Week. I almost forgot. Please don't pay attention to the fact that I have no makeup on and my hair looks like crap. I don't feel good. And Sandy said I was scared to do this, so to prove her wrong, I'm doing it. So, I read 2 books this week. And they're a series. I read The Vampire Academy, or it's not the, okay, but Vampire Academy and, what's the other one? Frostbite. Here they are. I highly, highly, highly recommend them. They were awesome. This was actually better than the movie, like normal. But, I give them both 5 stars, and I say you need to read them. My book boyfriend is Dimitri. He was awesome. Like, I can't wait to go to their book just to read him. So I'm super excited, and you'll probably be hearing more of Dimitri. But, until then, thanks.
Is it my turn? Did they go? Did they go? Is it my turn? Hi guys, Dee here. So I think it's my turn. If not, I'm just gonna start talking anyway. It's my turn to tell you who my book boyfriend of the week was. I only read 3 books this week. I read Wallbanger by Alice Clayton, Grace for Drowning by Maya Cross, and Becoming a Jet Girl by Megan Quinn. 3 totally different books. 3 totally different men. Well, technically 4. So let me tell you what I've got on my hands here, and then you can understand how hard my decision was. I read Wallbanger by Alice Clayton, which is the continuation of the relationship between Simon and Caroline. So we get more Simon, we get more of his history, we get more of their happily ever after, their next phase in their relationship, and we get a peek into their future. You know, do they want the same thing? Do they want to work on getting there? How is she going to handle more responsibilities at work? How is she going to handle seeing Simon more, or learning about his history and the loss of his parents? And of course we get more Clive. We can't go through Wallbanger without getting more Clive, right? So we had that little taste of humor in there too. Then my second book is Becoming a Jet Girl by Megan Quinn. We have 2 boys in this story. We have Jet, who is the owner of the club. It's much like Burlesque Club. They don't get fully naked like in a strip club. They have choreographed routines and they do lap dances, but they get paid very well. All the while being at the club, they also live there. and they strive to better themselves. He pays for an education for the girls. He lets them find what their dreams are and work on achieving those goals. So he's a good guy. He's also an alpha and a little dominant and sexy as hell. Alongside Jet, we have Case. Case is his right-hand man, his go-to for signing the girls onto the club, his go-to for overseeing the day-to-day operations at the club. Case is also an ex-boxer, so he's got that killer body. So as you meet Case when the book starts, he's an asshole. I'm not gonna lie, he's an asshole. But as his relationship with Goldie, his friendship with Goldie proceeds, you really get to see a different side of him. He's not such an asshole. He's really a nice guy. He had feelings for her, but Jet had feelings for her, and because they're friends, he couldn't step on Jet's toes. Not only is Jet his friend, but he's also his boss. So, a couple issues with that. The third book I read this week was titled Grace for Drowning by Maya Cross. It comes out in a couple days, and it is about Logan and Grace. Logan is an ex-soldier who had more than one trip to Afghanistan, and he suffers from PTSD. He also suffers battling the bottle. He is an alcoholic, but he fights MMA style to help fight those demons off, not only from the bottle, but the demons that result from going to war. Grace has recently suffered an unbearable loss, and unfortunately she turns to alcohol to help cope. So in essence, what happens is Logan helps her battle her addiction. He saves her, and later on in the story we learn a way that she saves him. So they start out as friends, and this beautiful relationship builds from there. It gets hot and steamy, I'm not gonna lie. But Logan is struggling when shit starts to hit the fan. He struggles, he runs. It's the only way he knows how to. And then they have to build from that. They have to learn from that. They have to go from there. So I have four guys from 3 books. Do you see how hard this was for me? I have Simon, the wallbanger, the hot body, the intelligent man, the man who travels the world. Then I have the billionaire, the alpha billionaire. I have his best friend, the ex-boxer, asshole bad boy who turns into a good guy. And then lastly, I have the soldier and the MMA fighter, the broken man, who also turns into an unbelievably good guy. So you see my issues here, right? Like, how do I pick from those 4 guys? Like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? How do I pick one? I had such a hard time this week picking one. I didn't know what to do, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I probably didn't pick who you expected. I didn't pick Simon. And I didn't pick the MMA fighter. So I was stuck with 1 book and 2 boys. How do I choose? Do I pick the alpha, the man that I usually migrate to, or do I pick the bad boy? The bad boy turned good guy, you know, the best friend. What do you think? What do you think I did? Who do you think I picked? You're waiting for me to tell you, aren't you? Like, you totally expect me to tell you. I picked Case. I picked the best friend. There was something about his relationship and his character that I clung to. I stuck to it. And as soon as I finished the book, I told Megan how much I loved it. I loved the humor, the sex, the smart ass that Goldie has, the relationship she builds with not only Jet, but the girls and Case. I just completely loved the story. So I can't wait for you guys to get it. It comes out on July 1st. So that was my pick. I picked Case from Becoming a Jet Girl by Megan Quinn. So tell me, who did you pick for your book boyfriend this week?